Hello everyone, my name is Michael. I'm back on my creative world. Ignore the 5x5 layout. I was thinking, I'm going to build a 5x5 door. Then I built the layout and I was like, oh my god, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not quite there yet. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. Today I'd like to show you this thing. It's an improved version of Mumbo Jumbo's fire pit. And the way it's improved is that it doesn't use any redstone clocks at the top, so you won't be blamed for lagging out a server, and you won't accidentally load chunks, which can cause problems, and in some cases also lag out the server as well. But apart from that, it still works. So you flip it on, it lights a fire, and you flip it off, water comes down and puts out the fire. In case you don't know don't know what that is, if you haven't seen his design, his original design, that's basically what it does. So yeah, it's quite interesting in how it works. And yeah, basically, in his design, you've got the redstone continually up here, and you've got a clock that's updating this piston to try and push it down. And after it pushes down, you've got a falling edge monostable that then powers the dispensers or dispenser. I've just got one dispenser because that's all I need, but I can't remember if he uses them all. That would certainly explain why his takes so long for the water to drain, though. So I think it probably has a bucket in all of them. But he uses a falling edge monostable to just power them all. But um, yeah, basically, what this one does instead is it generates the pulse down here and then just uses this to push the column back down again, so that we see the column pulses when you turn it off. And the way it generates the falling edge pulse is a bit sneaky. You'll see down here you've got redstone along here that doesn't appear to be connected to anything, but it's actually 2 blocks away from this piston. That's the redstone, and then 1, 2, which means it'll basically, when you turn this on, this will update this, but nothing will happen because this is like, well, I'm not powered, doesn't matter. A tick later, this will then power it diagonally, which means when you turn this off, this will update this again to extend, and then when this goes off, it'll be 2 blocks away from the piston arm. It will be up here, which means it will retract. So it gives a 1 tick pulse, and then this pushes it down, and then you've just got redstone here that will power the dispenser, and then the delay, it'll power it again, and this slab stops it from creating a loop. And that's basically it. And there's one flaw with this design. Because this piston is a block lower, the column is 9 blocks between the ceiling and floor rather than 10, but it's not a big deal. It still looks pretty grand and cool, so yeah, I don't see that as much of a problem if you don't mind sacrificing that to make it clockless. And also, that bit of redstone down there isn't really necessary if you're running in an input, because what you can do instead is just have redstone come here like this, and just place a torch 2 blocks away from the piston like that, and it still works, as you can see. So anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough now. Let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, so the resources for this build are approximately 9 redstone dust. I say approximately because, it depends on exactly how you're updating the pistons, and I've already covered that, although to build the basic template you'll need 9. 4 redstone repeaters, and a minimum of 5 dispensers, since 3 of them are just for aesthetics, although I recommend a total of 8 for the aesthetics ones, just so it doesn't look weird. 2 pistons, 1 redstone block, 4 netherrack, a slab, enough fire charges to stock up all the dispensers, and then also aesthetic blocks, and like pillars, iron bars, or whatever you want to use to build it, as well as some kind of input. I'm going to be using a lever for demonstration, but obviously you could connect it up to any sort of power circuit or activation system that you have. It doesn't really matter, as long as if you're running a line of redstone into it, make sure to use a repeater. Okay, so let's get building. Oh yeah, also forgot to mention, you need a dummy block to put on top of your bottom piston. This can be anything you want. You can just use cobblestone or whatever, because no one's going to see it. That is an annoying bug. Wait. Plays it twice. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is lay out your floor. So you want to create a ring like this with a 2x2 area in the middle, and that's where your netherrack's going to go. I'm just going to grab everything out of this chest actually, because it's sort of annoying to have to keep going and getting it. Okay, so you want to put in your your netherrack in the middle, and then you're going to come down and place dispensers facing up, and actually it helps if you get rid of these blocks to do that. Yeah, that's better. That's quite a lot easier. So you want to just fill in all your upward facing dispensers. I'm just going to like blitz everything to make it easier, and just fill everything back in. Then you want to place a lever. Obviously you would run in a repeater in real life, but for now just use a lever for testing, and that's going to go on one of your 4 dispensers, and that's going to power this and all the adjacent ones. So now you just need to power this one. So the way we do that is with a repeater, and we just come around like, oops, like this, oops, like that, and you might see the similarity to Mumbo's design, only he's running redstone in, but we need the repeater to do the budded piston, which we'll get round to in a second. But first you just want to make sure these are all stocked up with fire charges, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put a stack in each, so they will all be able to light the fire. So now if you activate it, you'll see that all the netherrack is on fire, like that. Okay, so it makes sense to do the aesthetics now, so just come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's your maximum. Obviously it doesn't have to be up to 9, it could just be like that, it could be even that if you were mad enough to actually do that, but it makes sense to go for the maxed out height because it looks the best. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the next block up is your ceiling level, so yeah, and that's well, hold on, let me just do this. Actually, I'm not very good at speaking and building. If I'm talking about something else, a lot of people have that problem. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on all the columns, and then your redstone block is going to go here, like that. And then that's your ceiling level, so that's where you would fill in your quartz, like so. It doesn't have to be quartz, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be pillars either, this is just a suggestion as to how you might build it. Makes sense to fill in your iron bars now as well, just get all the aesthetics out of the way so that we can then just focus on the redstone. I'm just going to do this off camera. And one more. And I am nearly done, and I'm done. Okay, so now that you've done that, you can get started on your shifting column thing. So you want to come down here and just make this a pillar so that when it shifts up you don't notice any weird discrepancies. Then you want to place your block of choice here. It can be anything you want. I'm just going to use cobblestone because it's like the cheapest block in the game, and you just want to place an upwards nearly said some rude, upwards facing piston, and then that will fire upwards and push this redstone block up to here. So what you want to do is have a piston that will push it down and do that, and that means if this redstone block comes up, that happens. So that will be your thingy mostly done. You just need to do the updater. So come along here and place redstone along like that, and now it pulses. So now you just need to do the dispensers with water in them. Well, I say dispensers, I mean dispenser, and then the other 3 are just for aesthetics, but you know, that's not really that important. I'm not sure why I stopped recording there, because all you want to do is place 4 downward facing dispensers like that. Yeah, this one here that I'm looking at is the one we're actually using, so you can just fill in ceiling, but it looks absolutely stupid, so I recommend you do that for symmetry. And this is the one you want to put the water bucket in, so oh, I never mentioned a water bucket down here, did I? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll edit in a caption at the start, because that was probably worth mentioning. But yeah, you want a water bucket in. Which one did it was? This one? Yep. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. That's ridiculous. Sorry about that. But anyway, water bucket in there, and then you want to do your redstone at the top. So place a bit of redstone there, and that'll power that. And then you just want a repeater here on 4 ticks, going into a block with redstone on top, a block here, a repeater on 1 tick, and then you need a slab or a bit of glowstone, although a slab makes more sense. I hate when people use glowstone, to be honest, because it's just more expensive. So yeah, place a bit of redstone there, and this is quite smart because what this will do is it'll stop the redstone pointing at this piston firing again, which doesn't do any harm, but it's annoying. So it redirects the redstone, but it doesn't cause it to flow and create a loop because redstone on a slab can't move downwards. So yeah, that means that this gets powered twice, so it shoots out then picks up the water. So if I just activate it again, then the water comes down and puts out the fire, meaning that is you're done. It is as simple as that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy your new clockless fire pit. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment, although you might not want to do that with the new Google Plus thing, since it is quite scary, but if you can brave it. To be honest, actually, in my videos it's probably okay, since most of the spam and stuff you get on, bigger YouTubers. But yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so subscribe, like, comment, and that's about it. My name is Michael. This is an improved version of Mumbo Jumbo's Fire Pit, and I'm rambling on now, so I'm going to go. Goodbye.